Venezuela's election board says the opposition has won control of the legislature, beating the ruling Socialist Party for the first time in 16 years. Opposition leaders have hailed the results.
This day will tell you that the citizens have decided to walk together. They will say that hope is always more powerful than fear. Many people will say that we were and that we succeeded with the most powerful weapon we have. Those who believe in democracy, the vote. Venezuela wanted a change, and that change has begun. Venezuela, thank you. Glory to the brave people.
The opposition Democratic Unity Coalition won 99 seats to the Socialists' 46 in the 167-seat National Assembly, with some districts still to be counted. Opposition sources predict that once counting is final, they could win as many as 113 seats, giving them a crucial two-thirds majority needed to shake up institutions such as courts or the election board itself. When the results were announced soon after midnight, fireworks were set off in celebration in opposition-controlled districts of Caracas, while shocked government supporters canceled planned victory parties. And for more, we're joined by our correspondent Stephen Gibbs. He's in Caracas, the capital of Venezuela. Hello, Stephen. What do you think are the major reasons that appear to have led to the opposition winning this first victory in 16 years?
Well, I think the absolutely key thing is the economy. In a way, when you look back at it, the government was pretty optimistic. If it's running an economy that's in many ways the worst in the world, with rampant inflation, a collapsing currency, Venezuela depends on oil, the oil price has been falling dramatically. Ordinary Venezuelans spend much of their day queuing for basics. If you're going to try and run an election under that scenario, it's pretty likely that you will be punished. Now, the government here has been hoping, and its message really since the beginning of Chavismo, this leftist movement, is that it's a sort of them and us politics. It's the poorest people against Venezuela, against the middle class. And they repeatedly, in their propaganda ahead of this election, been saying all the economic problems are the fault of the middle class that's represented, they say, by the opposition. Now, clearly, that hasn't been entirely believed by ordinary Venezuelan people. If you look at these results, and including the districts where the opposition has succeeded, it is many of the poorer people in this country that have been voting against the government.
Now, Stephen, what kind of changes or reforms can the opposition bring to that country if they take office as predicted?
It's a great question, because that's really the problem, that, okay, the opposition are going to get control of the parliament here, but that's the legislative branch. The executive branch is still controlled by the government of President Maduro, and it is the part of the government that makes the big decisions. In fact, there is an argument that what's happened overnight may actually cause more problems as Venezuela tries to get forward, certainly in the short term, because you've effectively got two power bases here. You've got a very much opposition-dominated parliament that will be trying to have its way, and then the government which will be trying to have its say. And if consensus is in the air, we haven't really heard that much of it yet. Certainly Maduro, just after these results were announced, President Maduro said it wasn't a victory for the opposition, it was a victory for counter-revolutionaries. So problems probably ahead. The optimists say that because that such a big message has been given to the government, they may say, right, now is the time to negotiate, now is the time to look at the real problems that Venezuelans are feeling. Some consensus may be found as we go forward, but in the immediate term, it is looking a very, very complicated situation here in Venezuela.
Stephen Gibbs reporting from Caracas in Venezuela. Thank you.